Now, this draft bill defines misinformation as information on the internet that, for instance, is false, misleading or deceptive and reasonably likely to cause or contribute to serious harm.
Oh, I've given permission for your family to send you books, and you may write to them.
May I write to my fiancée?
We will see.
Oh, harm. What is that exactly, you might ask? And then things get really shady. The bill says harm means, among other things, information that could cause hatred against the group on the basis of ethnicity, nationality, race, gender, sexual orientation, age, religion, etc. And you can see exactly where that's going.
I have nothing to hide.
Good. And let us begin. Whosoever resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall be damned. Paul to the Romans 13. You quoted that in your discipleship, is that correct?
Yes. Are we here to discuss theology?
Indeed not. You're not listening. I've already told you I'm not as cultured as you are. I'm not an intellectual, nor am I religious.
That list, as I found already, can make it very dangerous to discuss, for instance, dangers of multiculturalism, dangers of a certain faith, ethnic crime, whites pretending to be Aboriginal. Could cause hatred, you're banned. But this bill says that harm also means internet posts which disrupt public order or society in Australia. What on earth does that mean?
You must make allowances for my ignorance of theology. Am I correct in assuming that despite what you've written here, you have knowingly put yourself at the risk of being damned? Well, you have resisted the new German order and advised your seminarians against taking the oath of loyalty to the Führer.
I did not resist the state. I resisted the state's takeover of the church. If that is a crime, it is an old one.
I see. Well then, have you more recent crimes you would prefer to share with me? Well, I've been led to believe that you're an agent for the Abwehr.
Does it mean, for instance, that we can't discuss protests against governments that have gone crazy, gone too far, like by imposing lockdowns? But even more extraordinary is this. Have a look at this. The Albanese government's misinformation bill says it's cracking down on misinformation on the internet which causes harm to the Australian environment. Seriously? And there are no prizes for...
Am I correct in assuming that despite what you've written here, you have knowingly put yourself at the risk of being damned? Well, you have resisted the new German order and advised your seminarians against taking the oath of loyalty to the Führer.
And it threatens internet platforms like Twitter with fines of up to nearly $7 million or 5% of their global turnover, whichever is biggest, if they don't cut down on supposed misinformation online. So that obviously, with fines like that, gives the government massive power. But get this, this bill says its misinformation ban does not apply to the federal or state governments. They're excluded. So, the government can tell lies, it can spread misinformation that they then say, well, this is the truth, but you then could get banned from challenging it. And that's, of course, how you build a big brother government.